the one thing that will get your business to the next level the fastest. What is that one thing, that one secret? A lot of times when I'm interviewing people for the podcast, we're talking about what is the secret to scalability, right? If I can wrap my head around one deal, how do I take that knowledge and scale it into 30 deals or 50 deals or 100 deals? A couple recent episodes, in episode 77, I talked about the book, Who Not How. And that book has been pivotal for me in relation to how to scale my business, because I used to focus on the how. How do I do it? And I am changing my perspective, continually trying to change my perspective into who can I collaborate with, who can I partner with, who has the knowledge that will help me get to the next level, help me get to where I want to be. And we've been studying that book for the past month in our mastermind group, the Elevate Mastermind group. If you heard another episode 88 with Tim Bratz, that was an amazing episode. He had a lot of wisdom to share, and interestingly, in his story, we asked him how he was able to start out buying one single-family home at a time and doing all the work himself, and transition from that in really not many years, less than a dozen years, transition to owning over 4,200 apartments. And I thought it would be funding or deal structure or, thinking it was an information thing, thinking it was related to him learning how to do it, right? But his answer was that he joined a mastermind, that the solution, the key to him figuring out how to scale his business was that he joined a mastermind with other people that already knew how to scale businesses. And it was that input, that continual interaction with them, and specifically to his case, they kept giving him reassurance and telling him to focus on only the activities that increase revenue, and all other activities give to other people. And just that interaction, that community, that network of other investors was what took his business to exponential growth. Today, we are talking about the one thing that will get your business to the next level, that will get your business to where you want to be, and that is our network. And too often, we tend to focus on the how, and I need to know specifically how to buy a house, how to fund a house, how to work on a house or repair a house or manage a house. And all of that is good information to know. And we can learn all of that information one at a time and slowly build our business. But for growth to be quick, and really the easiest growth is going to come from who. So a good exercise is, how do you increase your network? How do you intentionally build relationships with people? And this is a quote from the book, Who Not How. How do you build relationships with people that remind you of who you are working to be, and not people who remind you of who you were, right? All of us are driven. We are hardworking. We have big goals. We want to accomplish great things. We want to have a lasting impact. And so with that, we have to become better, right? And so we are working to improve ourselves. And in order for that to happen, we have to be around people who are better than us, right? Who are further along in the journey, whether that be of real estate or self-development or spiritually. People who are further along have more experience and a better understanding than us. And if we can add value to that group and be in a group of people further along than us, we will grow as well because of those relationships. So I'd encourage everybody, really think about some people that you know of in your community or in your investing space that you can reach out to and initiate that relationship with. or maybe additional ways that you can increase your network. What are some things that you do really well that you could offer to help other people with? What are some ways that you can add value to others and really build that network? So a recent example for me, I have been in negotiations. I say that term kind of loosely. I've been talking to a seller of a farm, which I have told many people that's my dream, is to buy a big farm for recreation land and someday to retire to. And I've been talking to a seller for months, and he for a bunch of reasons, he wants to sell to us, but he hasn't been real motivated to finalize it. And suddenly he's more motivated. And in that negotiation, talking through the details about how we could structure a deal, I realized there were plenty of things related to rural land and farmland and a farm, really, that I didn't understand well enough to negotiate. And so I reached out to someone who I had met at a recent real estate investor conference in January and asked him, because I know he owns multiple farms. He buys and sells farmland, and that's his realm, right? That's what he really knows and understands. I have no experience with that, and it's totally foreign to me. So I sent him an email, reached out to him, pretty much stating the situation and asking if he would be willing to give me some advice in these areas, or if I could call him to ask a few questions. And immediately he responded, yes, he'd be glad to, that it was great to hear from me. And he gave me some great tips in the email, put me in touch with lenders and different things that were very important to know about and include in the contract for that rural land. And then I gave him a call and we talked through some other things, how to make the offer, just bouncing around different ideas, right? He has a lot of experience with rural farmland. I have experience with sellers, but not with farmland. And so it was a great collaborative effort of just talking through the situation. And it was a good encouragement to me because he was appreciative that I reached out to him. He was glad to give me some encouragement as well as information and help me through the process. And I think that's true of a lot of investors, or really anybody for that matter, who has achieved some level of success in their life. They want to help other people. They want to share what they've learned. And so if we open ourselves up and reach out to them, reach out to others, I think we will in general get a positive response, as long as we are open, willing to add value, and have that collaborative effort, right? So I really encourage you, what are some things you can do to build up your network in the next week? Who are some people specifically you can reach out to and either ask a question because you know they have experience in that special area, and what can you add value with? What can you offer to help them with, or offer to benefit their business in some way? So I hope that helps. And additionally, I'd like to bring up that we do have 3 spots left in our Elevate Mastermind group. And if you are interested in meeting weekly with other people online, it's a Zoom call at lunch on Thursdays, 12 Eastern. And every week we share some big wins from the week. 1 or 2 members are on the hot seat where they get to share what progress they've made on their goals and get feedback from the group on how to make that progress faster or how to overcome the obstacles they're seeing. And then there's a discussion portion at the end where we bring information, new ideas, whether that's from books we're reading or people we know or deals that we're involved in. So new ideas to think about, new information to help you get where you want to be. So if that's of any benefit to you, or you just want more information about it, I encourage you to go to the website truewealthinvestors.com/mastermind, and you can find all the information there. It has really been a great group of people, in that group, just since we've started, we've had people buying their first deal, buying new deals, getting wholesale deals, raising private money, and really expanding their business in ways they didn't think they could do previously. So I hope that interests you. If you are driven and hardworking and have big goals you want to accomplish, and you want to be around other people like that, go to the website, check it out, or reach out to me with a message, and I'd be glad to answer any questions. All right. Till next time, keep building your dream life one door at a time.